Hey, hey, and welcome back to Miss Kitty's Wild West Adventures. Today we're diving into the story of a ruthless gang, a deadly robbery, and $5 million of missing gold that's never been found. On August 3rd, 1852, the small town of Sailor's Diggings, later known as Waldo, was in for a nightmare. The Triskett Gang had made their way into town, led by the two brothers, Jack and Henry Triskett. Before arriving in Oregon, the Triskett Gang had already made a name for themselves in California as bank robbers. They fled into the wild Oregon country to elude law enforcement officers who were after their tail. The gang, which also included Fred Cooper, Miles Hearn, and Chris Stover, decided to spend the day drinking in a local saloon. And that's when all trouble broke loose. As the whiskey flowed, Fred Cooper went outside of the saloon and, for reasons we may never know, pulled his gun and fired a shot into a passerby. Soon, his fellow gang members followed suit, running out of the saloon and shooting weapons left and right. In the end, they killed 17 innocent people, mostly women and children, bringing this sleepy little mining town into a carnage of terror. But the gang didn't stop there. They made their way to the assayer's office and robbed $75,000 worth of gold. And the assayer, he didn't stand a chance. They killed him, bringing the total death toll to 18. News spread like wildfire, and soon the men up in the mines rushed down the hill at the sound of gunfire. They wanted to find out what was happening to their wives and children. Soon a posse was formed. Ordinary men turned lawmen, armed and determined to bring the killers to justice. They chased them into the wilderness, and soon the Triskett Gang realized they couldn't carry the 250 pounds of gold on 2 stolen horses. So what did they do? They ended up stashing the gold somewhere along the way, hoping to return to it one day. The posse tracked the outlaws through the rugged wilderness until they finally caught up to them near a hillside near O'Brien, Oregon. A gunfight ensued, and 4 of the outlaws were killed. Only Chris Stover survived, but he lay dying, and before he took his last breath, he kept one last secret to himself: the location of the missing gold. The 250 pounds of gold has never been found. Treasure hunters and adventurers alike have searched the areas between Waldo and O'Brien, and they haven't found anything. And some estimates put it at $5 million in today's money. And who wouldn't want that kind of money, am I right?
But here's where things take an unexpected turn. While it makes for an exciting story, there's something you should know.
Despite vivid details and the lure of lost treasure, the story of the Triskett Gang is most likely false. According to True West magazine, the stories didn't come out until the 20th century. And remember, this supposedly happened in the early 1800s. There was no historical or contemporary accounts, no newspaper articles, and no eyewitnesses. So it's unlikely that this actually happened. More likely, it is a tall tale of the Wild West. So what do you think? Have you ever heard of this story? Do you think it's true? Tell me about it down below in the comments. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Miss Kitty's Wild West Adventures. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and ding the bell for notifications. And in the meantime, I'll catch you on down the trail. Off to the next adventure! I'll catch you on down the trail. Catch you in the next one.